Hi, I'm Chrissy.
I'm Alston. And today we're I forgot I was in charge of the intro.
You're good at this. Hi, I'm Chrissy.
I'm Alston. And this week we're going to be crowning the MVP of Civil War.
And we have three characters in mind: Natasha, Sam, and Rhodey. So Natasha has to put up with so much in this movie. Not only does she have to put up with Tony, but she also ends up having to put up with Steve too. And I really feel for that woman.
But she kind of chose. She double agented. She chose her sides. She was hanging out.
She was just trying to keep the team together, okay? She's just going back and forth please just calm down. No, just calm down. And they're like, no, we're not. She goes to Vienna to sign the accords, trying to, keep the peace. And she ends up being in an explosion.
Okay, but that was neither Tony nor Steve's fault. None of the heroes caused that explosion, so that's not really fair to be like, Natasha had to deal with the boys.
Okay, no, but right after that, she had to put up with Steve. The whole picture comes out of it potentially being Bucky, and she calls Steve and she's like, Steve, don't go after him, let us do it. And Steve's like, nope, already here, bye! She puts up with so much in this movie, and so I really think because she has to put up with both of them, she should be the real MVP here.
I mean, if she's had to put up with Clint this entire time, I really feel like babysitting two more toddlers is really not that much of a travesty.
Clint is not potentially getting the entire team put in jail.
Okay, but Sam had to deal with just everybody in that movie being complete idiots the entire way through. Everything from Natasha being rude to Red Wing, to his costume being called a bird costume, to getting arrested because Steve has no chill at all and Sam is like, fine, okay, and now I'm getting shot at and attacked by a guy in a cat suit, later to be attacked by a dude in a spider suit, and then having to deal with this 90-year-old asshole from the 40s.
Okay, Sam didn't have to go on the search and rescue mission for Steve's best friend from the 40s. Sam didn't have to do that.
No, but if he hadn't gone, he'd have been arranging a funeral, so I mean...
Steve couldn't survive without Sam. I do have to admit, Sam has to put up with so much just with Steve existing and his obsession with Bucky and the whole people who are shooting at you are usually shooting at me too. He puts up with a lot when it comes to Steve.
And Sam just has to keep putting up all movie long with just these stupid people with their stupid gimmicks. I mean...
And then Bucky coming along, and Sam is just like, I'm done. I'm so done with you and all of this. I'm out, man. So I will agree with you. Sam has to put up with a lot, especially with the government stealing his bird costume.
And that's the key. No respect. He deals with all this stuff. He gets no respect from the government. He gets no respect from Natasha when he's like, this is Red Wing. Would you pet Red Wing? Say hi to Red Wing. Say hi. And Natasha's like, I'm not talking to that thing.
I mean, to be fair, Sam could have gone into all of this with a little bit of a better attitude. He was done with all of them before the movie even started.
And then we have Rhodey, who frankly up to this point deserves an award just for all the stuff he's dealt with Tony in previous movies, but especially in this movie. Getting shot out of the sky, I think, is a pretty good reason to be MVP of the movie.
Yeah, that was probably not a very good day for him. And then at the end of the movie, he's still having to put up with Tony. That's the way they ended. It's just Tony and Rhodey like it's always been.
But I feel that deserves a pretty decent MVP award, doesn't it? If you can't get MVP for getting shot out of the sky, what can you get MVP for? Also, to some degree, if we're going on a more serious note, there's dealing with Steve and the Accords the entire time. It's gotta be pretty frustrating dealing with some upstart 20-year-old who thinks that he knows all, bees all, because he's got the American flag stamped on a shield.
And in the vein of putting up with Steve doesn't listen to them when they're like, no, you need to sign the Accords. It's a bad idea to just run off by yourself. And then Steve runs off by himself and Rhodey has to go chase him down and then arrest people on his team. And it's not a good time for him. So these three characters have to put up with a lot throughout the movie. But I gotta say, the one who had to put up with the most stubborn character who refused to listen to anybody,
and also the person who was the most done this entire movie.
Sam Wilson deserves to be MVP. So Sam Wilson is our MVP for Civil War, but maybe you have a different one. So leave us a comment. Let us know, who do you think was the MVP of this movie? Like this video, share it on Facebook, tell your friends about it.
Follow us on Twitter. We have a Twitter for our YouTube channel as well as individual Twitters for Chrissy and myself. And tune in next week where we will discuss something else. We haven't decided yet. It's gonna be fun though.
It'll be a great time, so you better be here.
We hopefully will be.
Nailed it. Yep, and then when that obnoxious, arrogant freedom man... Okay, I'm gonna say that again. That was so stupid.
Obnoxious, arrogant freedom man.
The words that come out of my mouth are golden.